Hello, McFluffy52 here, back with another video. Real quick video for you guys on Thanksgiving. Um, so this is another reanimator deck. I got a comment the other day asking what would be other good targets for reanimation. And so two of the ones that I mentioned, besides Phyrexian Fleshgorger and Dusk Mangler, which were in the deck that I was showcasing, I mentioned Jin-Gitaxias, Progress Tyrant. I think this one's a real fun one to reanimate, and I think it's a really uh, interesting card in current standard because it says when you cast an artifact or instant or sorcery spell, copy that spell, and then you can choose new targets for the copy. And then it says when an opponent casts an artifact, instant, or sorcery spell, counter that spell. Um, each of these abilities only trigger once a turn, but you basically stop the opponent's first artifact or instant or sorcery spell, and then you copy your instant, sorcery, or artifact spells, which I feel like works pretty well with Phyrexian Fleshgorger. If you can play a Phyrexian Fleshgorger, you duplicate it, or if you're trying to reanimate something, you'll duplicate the reanimation spell. And then Toxrill, just a really good creature because it says at the beginning of each end step, put a slime counter on each creature you don't control, and creatures don't control get -1/-1 for each slime counter on them. And it says whenever a creature you don't control dies with a slime counter on it, create a 1/1 black slug creature token. So this is really good. You keep it on the board for a couple turns. The opponent's creatures are either dead or they're continuously shrinking, so you can just chump block them. Now, in terms of getting these into the graveyard and reanimating them, we have our 6 reanimator spells here with Sheoldred's Restoration and Okiba Salvage. Sheoldred, you lose life equal to the card's mana value, so it can be pretty painful, but it's only 4 mana, which makes it very good for getting something out on turn 4, potentially, which can be pretty game changing. If you get like a Jin-Gitaxias, you can just stop the opponent's game plan sometimes just because they plan to play a lot of spells, or maybe they're planning to play an artifact, the artifact gets countered. And then the other one, which we have most of, is Okiba Salvage. And this says return target creature or vehicle card from the graveyard to the battlefield, then put 2 +1/+1 counters on that permanent if you control an artifact and an enchantment. So we actually have quite a few enchantments here. We have Inventive Iteration, Modern Age, and Witness Protection. And then we have a Celestis, Phyrexian Fleshgorger, and Stern Lesson will create Power Stone tokens. So that is our way of getting those 2 +1/+1 counters and getting all the value we can out of Okiba Salvage. And then in terms of draw discard, we have Suspicious Stowaway, which is unblockable, and whenever it deals combat damage, draw a card, then discard a card. If it flips to Night, it's a 2/1 that can't be blocked, and it draws a card. So just a really nice card advantage and like card filtering card. Modern Age, another way to filter cards. It's Saga. The first 2 chapters are draw a card and then discard a card. So this can help us loot through quite a few cards while it's on the battlefield, and then turns into a 2/3 flyer. So it's an enchantment that stays on the battlefield, which is very nice, so that we can potentially get those points out of Okiba Salvage. We have Stern Lesson, which says draw 2 cards and then discard a card to create a Power Stone token. That Power Stone token, again, nice because it's an artifact, can potentially help us ramp into playing a Fleshgorger or just playing Celestis, or just being an artifact. Celestis, it's a 3 mana rock, and then it says when it switches from night to day, you gain 1 life, and you may draw a card. If you do, discard a card, and then you can pay 3 to switch between night and day. So if you have extra mana, you can use that. And lastly, we have some interaction spells. We have Inventive Iteration, which is a 4 mana enchantment. The first chapter returns a target creature or planeswalker to its owner's hand. The second chapter says return an artifact card from your graveyard to your hand if you can't draw a card. So this is just a nice draw card spell, basically. A bounce and a draw card spell, and then it flips into a 3/3 flyer with some extra upside. It says whenever you cast a spell, your opponents can't cast a spell with the same mana value as that spell until your next turn. So you might be able to block your opponent out of playing particular things if you're end up playing a Suspicious Stowaway, and then they were hoping to play a Lightning Bolt or something. And then lastly, we have Witness Protection. I used to have portals in this deck, Portal to Phyrexia, but they're too expensive, and I figure this is a nice enchantment and also provides some interaction and a way to shut down like Shieldred or something like that. And it works well with Toxrill because it turns into a 1/1. Toxrill can kill a 1/1 very easily. So let's see what we can do here. What we can do. I might sound somewhat different because I actually have a mic here. I was traveling yesterday, so I wasn't able to make a video. We're against Mike. Also, I played this game, a couple games of this deck yesterday. However, I did not play ranked, so don't know how this will exactly play out compared to like actual ranked decks. Oh, it's me. I was wondering why are we stuck here? I'm the one who's supposed to be playing things. I also like a lot of these blue spells because they say draw then discard, unlike some of the red spells, which are, well, like the red spells, which are all discard a card and then draw 2 or something. Discard then draw. Okay, we probably don't need this many lands. I will keep my hand here. Play the Suspicious Stowaway, so if he flips it to night at any point, we get something out of it. Though we can't really chump block. I should have played Phyrexian Fleshgorger, honestly. It's intriguing that he kept that there, but I'll just bounce this thing and then draw. Yep. I have to try again. And then we draw into another card. We got Witness Protection. That's nice. It says enchant creature, loses all abilities. Make it a green-white citizen token with power and toughness 1/1. Name it Legitimate Business Person. I'll take my damage. Does she stay animated? No, she does not. Oh, okay. So we play Phyrexian Fleshgorger. I do somehow wish I could get these into my graveyard. I could just play this and then Legitimate Business Person something. I don't know. I like to play 2 spells to hopefully transform something. Okay, well, we'll just play this out as a chump blocker. And then I should have probably waited until I drew. I didn't draw because I was actually went and it says when it does damage to opponent, so it doesn't count when you attack a planeswalker. Alright. There's Arlen too. Is he gonna make it into a werewolf? Wait, it's already a werewolf. Sure, I'll block. And then I get to reanimate it. Yeah, I still can reanimate it with this. And now they can't cast 3-cost spells. And now they won't be able to cast 4-cost spells. Though immediately I could wait till next turn and gain life equal to. So maybe I'll wait for that. But if I double cast, I transform it from night. So he can no longer keep this up. So I might actually go ahead and do this now. I'm going to get the Phyrexian Fleshgorger because it gains us life. Now, admittedly, Toxrill is a better blocker, and he's probably doesn't have any like burn or bounce spells. Draw a card. We have Planar Incision. I think I'm gonna get rid of Witness Protection because they haven't really been playing anything good. Though I probably should just got rid of Planar Incision because it's not like I'm have anything to particularly upgrade. Okay, Sig Naturalist. Kessig Naturalist. Okay, well, I can just play Jin-Gitaxias to make their life harder. And then swing in with Fleshgorger and the Flyers. I think that's probably just the plan. Keep the pressure up. We're going to gain 7 life, so... He might have a pump spell. If he wanted to target it with a burn spell, he's going to have to pay 7 life because of the ward. Honestly, I've been impressed, like very impressed with the Phyrexian Fleshgorger's ward. It's a very, very strong ability, I found. Yeah, we're not going to keep the planar incision. Keep the draw discard. Also, he can't really cast any burn spells here because it's Jin-Gitaxias. It gets countered and he has to pay the ward. Yeah. That's why I really wanted to reanimate Jin-Gitaxias because... or I think he's a good reanimation target is because he just counters so much of the meta. Not being able to play instants or sorceries or artifacts is brutal. I just realized the art for this deck in my deck list is Faithful Mending, when Faithful Mending isn't even in the deck. I think that's because I made this deck first by initially cloning my Esper Surprise deck, which is which includes Modern Age and Phyrexian Fleshgorger and some of the spells here, but not all of them. Pretty much far from all of them, but we need to draw into a black spell. They're playing white, so maybe I can get away with playing the creature instead of going for the Modern Age. Okay, let's hope they don't have anything too obnoxious. If they're playing mono white, they might have Thalia, which kind of ruins us. Borrowed Time. Are they playing mono white enchantments? Oh my. Go into the graveyard. Okay, we need to draw a black land. Swamp. So far, mono white enchantments. Okay, that's huge. I could have Kiba salvage next turn, and I could just get Jin out. But I don't... Oh, yeah. We get Jin out, and then we Okiba salvage next turn, because we get double Okiba salvage then. If that makes sense, because we copy it with Jin. So this is the dream. If he doesn't Borrowed Time Jin, we play the land, we Okiba salvage back the Phyrexian Fleshgorgers. Ah, there's only one of them in the graveyard. I'm pretty dumb, alright. Let's see. Nothing. Weird. We'll play Modern Age and see if we can get more into our graveyard. Draw a card, discard a card. Please, let me. Okay, get the Okiba salvage set up. We can auto-wara our Jin back, or their... Oh, we can auto-wara their if they borrowed time Jin... no, we won't risk it. If they... Artifact, creature, enchantment. Okay, so yeah, if they borrowed time our Jin, we can do this on their end step to return... Or, no, not end step. I can just do it in response to bounce it. Because it's I only get the discount because Jin's on the battlefield, because it's normally 4 and then it says discount 1 generic mana for each legendary creature you control. Do we think he has a pump spell? If he swings in, he probably has a pump spell. He should have just gone for it. I guess that's why he didn't want to go for it. Toxrill would be a pretty good pickup. No, okay. Alright, now, this is what I've been hoping for. We get a Phyrexian Fleshgorger. Jin copies it. And we get another one. And they're both 9/7s because of Akiba Salvage. Good luck with that. Now we can attack him with Vector Glider because it's actually not summoning sick. That is awesome. But you can see why Jin is fun to reanimate. Or just fun to have on the board. The problem is he's just so expensive. Yep, Hollowed Haunting. Kind of thought that one was coming. Question is, will they be able to outwide us? Draw, discard, I guess we'll go for that. Huh, okay. Oh, we'll discard a Suspicious Zoe, I think. I could play one of these, but I'd prefer to go for this and see how he blocks. Because I can return whoever he blocks with, or one of the ones he blocks with. Though if I return it, he gets another chance with them. Okay, maybe I'll just swing in for this and call it a day. I don't want to give him another one to play because then he gets another Hollow Haunting trigger. So maybe I won't bounce them. We'll just done it up. And then we'll just play Suspicious Zoe. And turn. For each legendary creature you control. Why is it in... Oh wait, I don't think I can cast this anymore. It was only lit up right as I was casting it. The Suspicious Stowaway. Oh my goodness. We drew it again. That's funny. Yep. The Fleshgorgers, they won't go away. I don't know why. Don't ask me why. Actually, do ask me why. Because Jin's amazing. Droll. Alright. We actually will be able to hardcast this and get 2 copies. Thanks to Jin. Gets countered. Does he have another? Does he have another? He does. Unfortunate. Well, he's gonna have to fight back quite the beating here. We'll have that on defense, and then we just attack him with everything. Maybe I could have tried to pick up a reanimation spell, but you need to block with 2. Oh. Good game. Oh yeah, he couldn't block that. We can see in the normal games I was doing quite well. This deck, oh my goodness. Jin feels very good. Let's see if we can get Jin going again. We're so close to getting 2 copies of our Fleshgorger there. He just happened to draw into his second Valorous stance, so he was able to double cast it. But you can see how just having Jin on the battlefield can be crazy impactful. And I think that's part of what makes him like a good reanimation target, is because he can sort of self-defend from targeted removal. Just so that we have enough, like we don't run into any serious mana issues, I'm going to keep this here. Or this. And then Modern Age Wear Phyrexian Fleshgorger. Galley Readers, I respect that. Galley Readers are a very nice card. Oh. Huh. No, I'm still gonna get rid of this. Well, he is playing blue, so maybe we get Jin out as fast as possible. We have another chance to discard the Phyrexian Fleshgorger, so it's not like... not crazy important which one we pick. The only thing is if he, like, disenchanted one of ours. We're flooding out a bit, I will say. But you can see we have ample draw and discard to just keep searching for particular pieces. Which is another thing that made the other reanimation deck, I think, incredibly strong, is just... it needs to be pretty fast. Needs to be worth it. And it's got to be able to search for what it wants. No blocks. I will take my beats. Then we reanimate our poor friend. Jin. And then hopefully we'll use Suspicious Stowaway to try and draw into something better. He might have a blue bounce spell. Well, you'd have to have two of them, but... because Jin countering spells. Planar Incision. Okay, we'll get rid of this. We only need 5 lands for the most part. Touch of the Spirit Realm. You can steal Jin that way. And we're in a much worse position. I can block whatever he attacks with. Now that is much more of a problem. This is only artifact and creature. I could upgrade his combat thresher while we're we're gonna die here anyways. Oh no, this is bad. Okay, we'll play the swamp. So it doesn't, I don't think it matters too much. We'll swing him at this. See if you draw into some action. Action. I'll discard the Planar Incision. If we do this, are we just dead? That's a real question. Because it costs 7 to reanimate it. I don't know. We came here to reanimate, so I'm just going to go for it. Yeah. I'm ready to take lethal. I mean, you could bounce it for some easy. If he flips this, it's a 3/3 double striker, which could kill the Phyrexian Fleshgorger, which is fine. I could also just block this, That way, he just kills the Vector Glider, and I can keep the Fleshgorger another turn. Doesn't have trample, so it doesn't matter. Still gain quite a bit of life. Unless he can blink his Circuit Mender. Touch the Spirit Realm, his Circuit Mender. Oh. 2 damage. Okay. Well, we're gonna go in with a Suspicious Stowaway. Just in case we had a nice reanimation spell. Do you have another bounce spell? Machinery of Matter costs 1 less to target an artifact creature. Didn't realize that card was in. Okay, how much mana do we have? 6. So we have enough. We can play Event of Iteration and play Suspicious Stowaway, or we could play Fleshgorger and Suspicious Stowaway. I think I gotta cast Fleshgorger here regardless if we want to live. Do they need the life gain? I could bounce something, but that's not very helpful. You can see Jin is weak to enchantments, so only so much we could have done. Alright, block this, block this. Think that's fine. I just don't want him switching his combat thresher. I just don't gain quite enough. If he had what is it called? Oh, wait, no, I think you can't flip and then have it still attacking. I was thinking of the card that we have, the instant. It's called, what is it called? Exile target creature or artifact returning to the battlefield with +1/+1. It's 2 mana. Planar Incision. There you go. Though I think if you do that on like an attacking target, it's not still attacking. I don't know why each game we've played, we've always had Otawara in our hand. Red. Okay, maybe we don't go for Suspicious Stowaway. Because he's just going to kill it. And we're not going to get any value out of it. We do get like the value of him casting a burn spell on it. But at the same time, I preferred not to have that happen. Okay. What is this fool up to? I'll get rid of Jin-Gitaxias, because if we can reanimate that, we get to stop all of his spells. Because he's probably playing some burn spells. And then next turn we'll reanimate, or discard a Phyrexian Fleshgorger. Oh my god. Alright, we'll do this. Draw and discard. Get rid of Planar Incision, I think. Right? Phyrexian Fleshgorger or Planar Incision. I think Planar Incision is the move. That's a problem. He really... Discard a card. I think I'll just discard Stern Lesson. I could discard the Phyrexian Fleshgorger, or I could play the Phyrexian Fleshgorger this turn. We already have one in our graveyard. So I think I get rid of Stern Lesson here. So we kind of need some protection at this point. We have the Vector Glider. We'll have another Vector Glider next turn. We'll have a Okiba Salvage to return something. It's just... He's gonna probably Lightning Bolt this Phyrexian Fleshgorger, pay its life, swing in, I'm basically dead to another bolt. Okay, yep. Mono red aggro, very fun, very fun. Maybe I'll make a mono red aggro deck someday. It just feels so boring. Alright, this will be probably my last game. Give this another whirl. I feel like the first 2 games really showed off. Was hoping to, which was some of the power of the deck. You can see that we're losing a lot more in ranked queue. So there's still a clear difference between ranked queue play and non-ranked queue play. This deck is just a little bit too slow for all those red spammers in ranked. Let's mulligan this. We don't have any 2-drop. We'll keep this. Don't need that many Shieldred's Restoration. Oh my goodness. I can't speak. Now, if it's not mono red, it's mono blue aggro. Perfect flip. Perfect flip. Perfect flipped. Come on. How hard is it to look at the top card of your library? What? Oh, God. Yep, good game, good game, good game, good game. Whatever. Go next. We've lost. I guarantee it. If he's playing a 2-cost double striking card, so that card can give double strike, we're kind of lost. I don't think there's a way we come back from this. Counters this. Wow, for playing. I get sometimes being distracted while you're playing the game. Like you're watching something else, or you're doing something else at the same time. But geez, it's obnoxious. Especially when it's coming from an aggro deck. It's like, just play your stupid stuff, my guy. Really not that crazy. Alright, we need a land card. Then we Shieldred Restoration and Cry. Alright, we're a haughty Jin player. I think we've peaked as humans. Next to combat. Swing. Blockers. Damage. Discard a card and draw a card. I feel like Suspicious Stowaway would go well in a haughty Jin deck. Change my mind. Discard a card. We'll get rid of Shieldred or Jin because we might be able to reanimate him. What is this terrible draws? I have not drawn a freaking land. Okay. Stern Lesson. And then what we can do is we can play Modern Age, maybe. Draw a card, discard a card. We're just dead anyways. That's how you get a land. You have to play like 5 spells first. My bad. Not gonna be able to cast that and I don't have double black. Alright, we can play Shieldred's Restoration and die. If we draw into a land, we can Akiba Salvage. Oh my goodness. He's so good. Holy shit. The way you play spells. I don't know. One thing I am thankful for is not being a haughty Jin player. I'm sorry. Huh. Just realized I don't have well, they're both flyers, so it doesn't matter what I reanimate. I'm just dead. I should have reanimated the Jin-Gitaxias just for the disrespect if they try and cast a spell. They're probably just gonna counter me though, so. Oh, it's also 1 mana. My bad. I forgot you're playing Haughty Jin, so everything's easy. Well, we won like 2 or 3, and then we lost 3. This is how you D-rank. I hope you enjoyed the deck. I hope it showed some of like what's good reanimation targets. Um, Also demonstrated how to lose because just you don't have a deck that works quick enough for ranked. I think a lot of ranked play is you gotta really develop a board presence, or you have to have tons of interaction. So maybe like drop the planar incisions for bounce spells, um, and maybe drop a Celestis for another bounce spell. Um, and then maybe you could get this deck to run slightly better just because you can see how we're kind of just like a turn behind in a way. It's like we could reanimate, but they just kill us the following turn. So if we could reanimate, get Summoning Sickness to wear off, swing in with a Phyrexian Fleshgorger to gain some life, we would have been better off. So yeah, that's Jin's return. And I hope you guys enjoyed the deck. I hope you saw how Jin potentially is a pretty strong creature in standard right now. If you can actually get him out, which is very hard considering he's 7 mana. But yeah, if you liked it, feel free to like and subscribe and check me out. I'll be streaming on Twitch at McFluffy52. You can catch me streaming on Twitch. Feel free to follow me there. And leave a comment if you have any other deck ideas or any other questions, like what are some good reanimation targets. And that will be all for now. I hope you guys have a wonderful Thanksgiving. Have a nice evening, morning, night, afternoon, wherever you are, or whenever you're listening. Ciao.